Now, remember, I don't know, was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago when James O'Keefe, along with whistleblowers at Best Buy, exposed a wide variety of insanely woke rules, including management programs that forbade white men from applying, all sorts of propaganda in the stores, forcing it on employees, things of that nature. And there was one brave man that came out and said, enough is enough. This LGBTQ stuff goes against my religion, which it did. And I don't like that. And, well, today, I guess maybe last week, Best Buy fired him for it. I can't say I'm surprised. I'm not, that this is the reality that you get with these woke companies. But I'm going to have this full story here to cover after just a quick word from this video sponsor. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, it's 2023. If you don't have a VPN, you're missing out on a ton of benefits. Not just a more secure connection, but if you're paying for Netflix, Disney Plus, or any other streaming service, you're already getting locked out of a ton of additional content that you could be enjoying if you used a VPN. And since they've been sponsoring the channel so long, they've rolled out a massive discount for my viewers. That's right, 84% off plus 4 months free. It's $2.03 a month, 4 months free, 84% off. Private Internet Access also offers privacy on all your devices, lightning fast global server network. And look, outside of all the additional content you're going to be able to view out there using Private Internet Access, it also has a strict no logs policy. It's open source. It has state-of-the-art updates. It's instant to set up. You can put it on all of your devices, your tablet, your computer, your mobile phones. It has unlimited bandwidth and so much more. If you don't have a VPN yet, make today the day. Use my link in the description to get Private Internet Access, start being more secure, and unlock loads more content. Best Buy employees say employee says tech company fired him after he revealed religious discrimination and LGBTQ preference. Giant tech company Best Buy allegedly has fired an employee after audio recorded conversations at the Florida location between the worker and a manager revealed potential religious discrimination in the workplace while promoting preference for the LGBTQ community. Well, I've always said this about the left, about kind of woke ideology and things of that nature. It is a religion to them. It's the only religion. It's just like many atheists in the early mid 2000s. Being an atheist was like a religion for them. Being woke became like a religion for them. He goes on to say, quote, "My family fled religious persecution in Serbia so I could live my life as a Christian without being persecuted for my beliefs. Yet that is exactly what's happening." Enos Sujak, a former Best Buy employee. This individual actually DM'd me. I talked to him about it. I should probably reach out. Yet that is exactly what's happening. Enos, a former Best Buy employee and Geek Squad member, wrote on a Give Send Go page. On September 1st, 2023, Best Buy terminated my employment because I stood firm against workplace discrimination based on my religion, and I exercised my right to be a Christian. By the way, Christianity is the only religion in America that people are openly allowed to discriminate against. Christianity and straight white males, companies, legal or not, are 100% allowed to discriminate against you. I mean, we have, I don't know, look at my channel. I have 5,000 videos covering it. I mean, it's absurd. It's an absurd double standard that has existed for the last 15 years, maybe forever. I don't know. Sujak, a Serbian immigrant living in Jacksonville, Florida, recently revealed a recorded conversation with his manager to investigative journalist James O'Keefe for the O'Keefe Media Group. During the conversation, he asked his manager, Mike Hirsch, why LGBTQ flags are appropriate in the office, but Christian crosses were prohibited after he walked out of an employee session about a history of LGBTQ community in the workspace given by a, quote, well-being ambassador. Let's have the cross all over the hub. Why don't we have the Christian stuff all over? Sujak said. They're not the same thing as pride flags, Hirsch allegedly replied, adding, "You're choosing to believe in Christianity." I think many Christians would disagree with that. They, the LGBT community, don't choose it. Well, I think that's up for debate. Now, I agree that it is, when you're talking about religion, like in the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law, in the letter of the law, a religious flag is not the same as a flag representing a lifestyle choice or whatever, you know. Look, I believe that there are people who are born gay, but we're not talking about simply people who are gay nowadays. It's LGBTQIA plus exclamation point AA plus, you know, community. And there are absolutely people in those groups that are 100% choosing to live that life. 100%. Right? So there are members underneath that flag that are choosing to be there. And the point is, I think, that you just shouldn't have either. You still, you know, what does Best Buy even sell anymore? You know? What do they even sell anymore? Sujak told O'Keefe he had a long conversation with his manager about work-appropriate symbols. It was like an hour and 30 minutes of him and I just going back and forth, with him telling me that it was work-appropriate to have all this LGBTQ stuff that's going on in the office and everywhere else, Sujak said. But it's not okay for me, you know, to be a Christian myself and have a Bible right over there. And that's right there at the office, or to have a cross or a Quran or anything like that. That's not work appropriate, he added. But you know, having LGBTQ pride flag everywhere, that is work appropriate. And I wasn't standing for that. And again, I've always said, if you've been watching me for a long time, you see my journey. Like this weekend, I was like, maybe I'm looking for a church now. I've like gradually feeling the calling a little bit more. But even if I were going to church every day, I'm pretty respectful of, you know, my viewers' religions as they are or aren't. Doesn't matter to me. I will say though that for those that are more faithful, that are strong in their faith, it would, in my opinion, it is discriminatory to put things right in their face that go directly against their faith. And I do view that, in my opinion, that is religious persecution, or that is religious discrimination. I'll say, not persecution. It's definitely discrimination, because you're saying, hey, this goes against my religion. You got it. I'm not comfortable with it. It doesn't, it doesn't make, it makes me uncomfortable at work. And instead, they get fired. Now, if it was a member of the LGBTQ community that was suddenly like, oh, I don't like these military flags, I bet you they'd take them down. The company's website says it's committed to equal employment opportunity. Best Buy does not discriminate based on age, race, color, creed, religion, ethnicity, orientation, gender identity, or gender expression, national origin, alienage, or citizenship, blah, 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 blah. Sujak said on his Give Send Go page that he has retained a constitutional attorney, Mike Yoder, and plans to file a civil rights lawsuit against Best Buy for violating his right to be free from workplace discrimination based on religion, gender, and orientation. By the way, I 100% applaud that. I'm going to make sure I throw some money into the cause, because 100% believe that it is his right to not be discriminated against. Now, there is a slippery slope there, because then someone will say, "Oh, well, my religion says I don't have to work on the day after Thanksgiving," or my religion says I'm not allowed to sell CDs, or so. I don't know. It is a slippery slope, but this is a pretty clear-cut case. He shouldn't have to, be forced to support that kind of stuff, especially when you're basically, one thing that is getting glossed over is they're sending these employees to these re-education camps, like they're sending, oh, let's all have a history of LGBTQ. Why are you talking about that at work? You should be talking about the latest HDMI cable technology. Now, he may or may not win this lawsuit. I don't know, because Best Buy is probably an at-will employer, and I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer. Maybe I'll bring someone on. Maybe see if Robert Barnes can come on for a Friday interview or something like that. But the best thing we can do is just continue to not shop at Best Buy. Just like Bud Light, there isn't a single unique thing that Best Buy does. 25 years ago, it was the only place you could go buy a CD burner, or it was the only place you could go buy, like in where I lived, where you could buy, an HD TV, or you would go there to buy a graphics card or the latest PlayStation 2 game or whatever. Okay, now you don't even need to leave your house to buy these things, so there's no reason to go there. Quote, in no way have I ever argued that anyone who differs in religion, gender, should be treated differently. Rather, all I want to do is be treated the same as them, and I have my beliefs respected equally. Sujek marks that Best Buy whistleblower to approach O'Keefe Media Group about the discrimination in the workplace. According to the investigative outlet, a memo from the retail giant revealed that retail tech giant created a program last year that is only available to employees who identify as Black, Latino, Hispanic, Asian, or Pacific Islander. I am not surprised that Best Buy fired him for being a whistleblower. Let's see how his GiveSendGo's going. Did they link it in here? Oh, come on. There you go. $8,200. That'll pay for about 2 hours of legal updates. But I do like that he used GiveSendGo and not GoFundMe. But shout out to this individual. I'd rather he just take this money and fill in the gap financially until he finds a new job, and let some lawyer take this pro bono. But I think that it's fine. That's fine. Okay, Best Buy fired the guy. I'm not surprised why they fired him. He exposed them, but at the same time, I hope that this backfires, and I hope that this Christmas season people remember there's a long way. There are a lot of other options to Best Buy, many other options to Best Buy that, for companies that don't get political. And by the way, there was a time, you go to Best Buy for DVDs and things like that. They had the best price. They don't have the best price anymore. Just like people, we got programmed into thinking Amazon was the best price. It isn't. In most cases, you can find it cheaper somewhere else. And taking that extra time just to check a price and shop with a company that chooses to be apolitical can be an extremely smart purchase, in my opinion, anyway. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you follow down below or you subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.